Ever heard anybody beatbox and wonder, how are they doing that? Well, in today's lesson, we're going to learn the very basics of how to beatbox. So when you learn to beatbox, what you're trying to do is get your voice to sound like a drum set. And the first part of the instrument that we're going to learn is the bass drum. Okay? We're going to use the letter B. And what you want to do is try and get that sound to come from your body. So when I go B, 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 I'm trying to close my lips, B, but I'm trying to push it from my chest. Push air, take a deep breath, close your mouth, and go B. Make that B sound. You want to get that sound to not just be a B. Don't say B. Make it seem like you're going to make the B sound and then go B. Push it from your chest. Push it from your body. Try that. So the next part of the drum set that we want to sound like is the snare drum. And to do that, we're going to use the letter K. Now remember, in the bass drum, we're trying to get the sound to come from our body. But for the snare drum, that K sound is going to come from the back of our throat. So try that for a little bit. All right. So the last part of the drum set that we're going to want to sound like is the hi-hat. And to make the hi-hat sound, we're going to use the letter T. Now to do this, I'm going to leave my lips open but my mouth closed and make the T sound. Now the thing to remember about this is there are two cymbals on the hi-hat. And sometimes they're closed and sometimes they're open. When they're closed, they make that t sound. But if they're open, they ring out a little more, and it'll give us like a TS sound, like tss, tss, t, tss, t, tss, t, tss. So there's two ways to do that. So what I have here for you is that simple beat that I played in the beginning of the video. This note down here is that bass note with the B. Then we have that hi-hat with this is the T. Snare drum gives the K. Hi-hat gives the T. Bass B. Hi-hat. Snare. Hi-hat. So I'm going to play this really slow at 40 beats a minute. Let's try and go along with it. All right, how'd you do? Now that you had a chance to practice it, we're going to speed it up a little bit. We're going to go to 60 beats a minute. That's one beat for every second. All right, remember, we're going to follow along with over and over again. Ready? Let's try it out. Any better? Okay, let's speed it up one more time to 80 beats per minute. It's going to go a little fast. If you have trouble doing this, rewind the video to when we were slower and practice until you get comfortable, and then come back and try this again. Here we go. When are you breathing? You'll also have to remember to take a breath, because if you don't have a breath, you're not going to be able to make these sounds. So the most logical place to take a breath for me is right after this last hi-hat before you start the beginning of the next measure. If you need a lot of air, you might even want to stop right after here, like right before each kick drum, before each. Make sure you're taking time to not only breathe, but think about when you're breathing, because that changes how you might sound. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.